Well, welcome to another Face2Face interview with Rockosaurus. Today I'm very pleased to be speaking once again to the wonderful Gin Annie. Welcome back to Leo's, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Always
Thank you very much for having us.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while since I saw you last. Well, we've got a good sound check going on. We're getting a good buzz going here.
Absolutely.
Shut that door.
It's live music for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what have you guys been up to?
Lots.
That
Absolutely
narrows it
lots. So we're on our undivided tour. That's really loud, isn't it?
You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Leave it running, but I'm going to go and shut that door.
So we've been in the studio. We've recorded our second studio album.
Yep.
And now we can hear ourselves. Hence the tour. That's correct,
Yep.
isn't it? I think that's what you were about to say.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all been based around Undivided.
Yeah.
So yeah, that came out last week.
Yeah.
On Friday the 12th of May.
Mm-hmm.
We did our home show at KK's, which was spectacular. Such a good response to everything so far. Great reviews.
Yep.
But the album we've released only on CD.
Sure.
And then each track we've released 2 so far, and then on a 6-week interval we'll release a track each time digitally. So
Excellent.
that made more sense for us to do it that way.
Yeah, rather than throw everything into the mix at once.
It's a digital market, isn't it? So our fans still like having CDs. We sign a lot of them. People have them as mementos and stuff like that. So we knew we were going to have to do a CD, but to upload 10 tracks straight to Spotify is
Throw it in the
suicide.
window,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
So each track we think deserves to be treated as a single. Each track needs its own platform, so we're going to release them one by one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's new with the latest album?
New. I think what this album gives us is it's a bit of a different dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So what I think it's become is a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
I think the music there's more maturity to the music,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not in any way disrespecting our first album, because we love our first album, but we just felt we needed to progress in every department, really.
Well, I think we worked with Ramesh on Devil in Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ramesh had mixed a couple of our tracks before and made a huge difference to the overall sound. Captured us perfectly, we felt. Then we went to Longwave to do Devil in Me, and it was an eye-opener on working at that level with somebody that's so switched
Proficient.
on. Yeah,
Meticulous.
He's ridiculously talented.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we just thought, what would it be like to do a whole album? And yeah, so it's mature. It's more mature. It's more calculated. We've worked damned hard on these tracks. Yeah.
I guess it gives you more of a sense of the direction you want to take as well, doesn't it? It sort of helps to sort of crystallise that.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's evolved since the first album. Obviously, as someone who's came in after the first album, I think this new one is a bit more focused. Is probably the word I'd use for it.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
style and sound and.
Well, they always say that, don't they? You have a lifetime to write your first album, and then you've got like a year or 2 to write your second one, and then 6 months to write the next one after that. We are an emerging band,
Yeah.
and the first album was just dipping our toe into this.
Yeah.
It was something that just presented itself to us, and we thought, okay, we'll have a go at writing these tracks, and me and Dave wrote them. And then it was like, okay, second album, you either have a band that's had a stellar debut and they struggle on their second album, but for us it felt like a natural progression, which shows that we've evolved, the sound's evolved, and our songwriting craft's evolved. It's just, we've just raised the bar across everything, we feel.
Yeah, well, you can't stand still, let's face it. You
No.
know, you've got to evolve as a band, and, otherwise it becomes stale, doesn't it, basically?
Absolutely.
So, it's
It's a tricky album. Number 2 is always a tricky album.
yeah, they always say that, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Yeah.
But so far, with the reviews coming in, they've said we've absolutely smashed it. So that was the plan.
Yeah. Well, I love it when a plan comes together.
Absolutely.
I was going to say exactly that same thing.
Beat it to it. Oh, sorry.
Give me a week and I'm great. Give me 3 years and I'm unstoppable. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, all you need is the fat cigar, isn't
Yeah.
it? No, that's brilliant. So we're going to be hearing plenty of the new stuff tonight, aren't we?
Virtually all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
fantastic.
Littered with some of the older tracks as well.
Yeah. Well, you got to throw in the stuff that people know
Of
anyway,
course,
don't you? So,
of course.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's sort of people think, I've never heard this before. What is this they're playing?
But because of how we've released it, because obviously it didn't come out until the first gig,
Yeah.
we had a whole problem with logistics with the album. Well, I won't mention the courier service worldwide global name.
No, but it rhymes with BedX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So BedX completely and utterly shafted us. So as an independent band, obviously everything has to be calculated, and we can't just have like 1,000 albums lying around.
No.
It needed to come in and go out.
Yeah.
But even us, as an independent band, we gave ourselves a whole week to be able to receive them, sign them, package them, and send them.
Yeah.
And
Ample
BedX,
time.
Yeah.
BedX decided to lose them
That famous next day
in a
delivery, wasn't it?
warehouse.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And BedX left them there for a week. So literally, we wanted people to have that album a week before general release.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't. We facilitated it with like 24 hours to spare, so they had it the day before. But as this tour's progressing, because we've plotted it over 3 weekends, more and more people are knowing it. Each gig we go to, they've had it that little bit longer. So by the time we get to Scotland, people it should be well bedded in now.
Yeah.
And we can already see some fan favourites coming out, can't we? The ones that they're singing along to and enjoying the most. So yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, I mean, it is that's half the distribution can always be an absolute
We'll
nightmare.
say book you BedX.
Yeah. It's always a problem when you're relying on other people, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and it's but you have no choice. Any sign of a vinyl for this album?
It's definitely in the old noggin somewhere, I think. isn't it?
We've discussed that. We've had quite a few people ask about vinyl. But the difference is with vinyl is it's a whole new thing, and more importantly, there's a 3 to 4 month waiting.
That's right. Yeah.
on delivery. So
And the
it
press
is-
amount as well. It's not like you can just ask for
No.
like a few.
No.
You've got to press
Have
enough.
3 of your finest records, good sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you need to press 800. you
If
need to pay
anything,
in
what we'll
advance.
do once the dust is settled after the tour, we'll probably put a pre-launch campaign out there for them and say if it tips a certain amount.
Yeah, if it meets demand, and then
then we will do it. But we'll have to ask for people to sign up and like put their order in.
Sure.
Beforehand. There's no way we can literally like throw
No. I mean,
$5,000 at doing something.
it's a lot.
just to
It is a
meet
lot of money, isn't it?
small-
Let's
Yeah,
face it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think there's a massive global shortage on the product. It's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's been happening since
documented,
since the pandemic, basically.
Yeah, it has,
It's
absolutely.
just been a nightmare, isn't it? But
we're not doing it to be pedantic. We want people to have the vinyl.
No, of
but it's just
course, yeah.
making it work. But we should be able to make it work.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always love a vinyl, you know, because it's
for sure.
you got
they're
something.
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'd like to
Serious
have one.
in your
Do you
hand,
know what I mean?
yeah.
We'd like to have one ourselves as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, and you get the joy of having the test pressings as well.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I got a few in my collection. They never get played.
You know what? It
Never
might
get
be
played,
an
but-
idea to get 100% proof remastered. And if we're going to do vinyl, do a double vinyl and put both albums in one.
That's an idea.
That would be
Because
great.
that makes it
80
more-
pounds a
like,
piece.
if we're relying on people to actually sign up beforehand and meet a certain demand, and yes, it's going to cost a bit more, but in for a penny, in for a pound. Like, what does a vinyl album fetch at the moment? What's the cost?
25 quid.
25
Yeah.
quid.
20,
So if
25,
we're
yeah.
asking for like 40
Yeah.
to get both albums done, it might make it a bit more
Yeah.
advantageous.
I reckon you'd shift them as well.
Yeah,
You know, I
I
don't think it'd be an issue there.
Yeah,
quite
sure.
honestly, the demand for vinyl is much
there.
greater now.
It is
you know,
there,
people-
true,
yeah.
I mean, let's face it, people are buying vinyl even though they haven't even got a record deck.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know?
Me
You
here.
know what though? It's going to be another thing to sign now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because signing, it takes a long time, man.
Yeah, you'll have to learn to be ambidextrous. That's the
we'll,
thing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do it
Stamps
once.
printed.
We
it
need
says with a
potatoes.
stamp
Do you know any
for your
potato
signatures.
stamps?
No, don't go there.
Okay,
Don't go there.
Yeah, let's not.
Guys, fantastic talking to you. I understand
Oh,
you've got a little acoustic
Yeah,
set
man.
out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, I've already got the chairs out
We
for
have
you.
done a cracking
Yeah.
job,
Oh,
thank
you're
you.
good.
Yeah,
You're
I
good.
didn't know I was
It's
going
been
to
a
do that. Best of luck tonight.
you.
Have you got much more on the tour now?
We've got
We've got
Glasgow, Hull,
Hull.
and Newcastle.
And then
Oh,
you
wait a
can
minute.
breathe.
And then we can breathe.
And then there may or may not be, wink, 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 some more coming towards the end of the year.
Fantastic.
Another tour. So
Why
let's,
do one tour when you
let's
can do
see.
two?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Why stop at 2 when you can do 10? The perpetual tour by Gianni.
Yeah,
The
it's
perpetual
never gonna-
motion. And
Yeah, well, just hope you remain undivided.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
good.
Oh, yeah.
So that was-
I
that was
had
quick, that
three
was.
That
Weetabix
was
this
boom,
morning.
boom.
Guys, great talking to you again. And
you.
looking forward to tonight. And
Likewise.
yeah, break a leg. Not literally. And see you on the other side.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best
Thank
of
you.
luck. Cheers now. Thanks.